Welcome to this week's painting update. This update has the final miniatures for my Northwest Frontier project. This project's taken me 3 months to do, which I'm pretty pleased with because it was quite an undertaking at the beginning, and it's grown as I've gone along. None of the miniatures here, for instance, were initially envisaged as being part of the project at all. And whilst I have some markers to make for the game, like supply markers for coal and water, ammunition and probably food, as far as I'm aware, these will be the final actual miniatures that I produce for it. Having said that, I've got some Britannia miniature Camel Corps figures from their Sudan range, which I'm probably going to use with this project because it's not strictly historical, but I'll get to them later. Right, let's begin then. All the humans here are from Britannia Miniatures. They're all metal miniatures. The tiger is from DZ Miniatures, and the elephant I think is the original EBOB sculpted element. I had some a few years ago for my Chindits and Japanese Burma project that I've since sold. But I got this one off a seller on eBay, and I'm not sure where you can source them from. But it's an Indian elephant rather than an African elephant, so that's what I was after. Let's start at the front then with the Gordon Highlanders from Britannia Miniatures. I bought 6 troopers, 1 officer, and a rather nice little heliograph set, which will make a point of interest or a scenario objective or something like that. Typical Britannia miniatures, actually not typical Britannia miniatures, these are a bit smaller than the mid-90s Britannia miniatures, like the Wild West range and the Crimean range and stuff. Dave went back to sculpting these 28mm miniatures after he'd done so many 20mm, and so he'd refined his sizing a little bit. Let's pick one for. There we go. So typical Britannia posing, which you'll like or not. Typical Britannia styling, which you'll like or not. Personally, I've always liked Britannia miniatures. They're idiosyncratic, but they paint up nicely, and I have an awful lot of them in my War Games collection. Okay, so there we go, a unit of Highlanders. To go along with the Highlanders, at the back we've got some Britannia Afghans. I got 14, so this is my 4th unit of 14 Afghans. The 14 is just purely how things turned out. So with the other 2 ranges I had, they split up into 3 groups of 14. I had 3 flags. So here's a black flag and 14 blokes to accompany it. Like the Highlanders, typical Britannia posing and styling, but I must say these guys have the best turbans out of all of the ranges. I really do like these, so put him out there. There we go. So this gives me 52 Afghans on foot and 9 cavalry, and they're ranged against 7 Highlanders, 7 Sikhs, 7 Bombay infantry, and 9 basic British infantry, plus a mountain gun. I may later, if I get the urge, do a gun for the Afghans. Both Foundry and the Perrys do a gun crew set, in which case I may do some cavalry for the British. However, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I do have some Camel Corps, which I bought in order to make it worth buying a single Afghan, because I miscalculated for some reason when I made my original order. So I've got 6 Camel Corps, and I will very probably just drop them into this set as British cavalry. The Indian Army has camel troops, and I know the Camel Corps didn't, as far as I know, come to Northwest Frontier, but well, they did if I need them to. Since I no longer have my Sudan armies that I put together in 2006, the only home for the Camel Corps will be within this project, so look for them fairly soon. And then finally, to round off the project, I wanted some more possible hindrances or dangers for the train passengers to encounter. What better than an Indian elephant, who they can, I doubt if they'd fight it, but maybe they can use it to clear an obstructed track or something. So here we go, the EBOB 1, massive metal miniature again, really hefty piece of metal, fairly nicely cast. There's usual mold line, which just semi-filled. I didn't go overboard. I don't want to spend too long on them. And then this really wonderful DZ Tiger, again metal. The male tiger, as you can see. They do a female. There we go. I didn't decide to buy 2. Thought 1 was enough, but I did enjoy painting it, so in the future I might end up with another one, who knows. But for now, that's my complete Northwest Frontier project. Those of you who are thoroughly sick of turbans and pith helmets will be pleased to know that next week I've got some large demons ready to go, and some fighting ducks, and a few other random fantasy type miniatures. So we'll be back to the eclectic mix pretty soon. I'm going to take this opportunity, if I may, if you've lasted this long, to please ask you to subscribe and hit the like button and press the little bell, because it does help the channel grow, although I'm not sure what I'm going to do if the channel grows. But if you like these short little updates, please do press as many buttons on the screen as you can. And please leave a comment if you can think of something to say. I do try and reply to all of them. I do like seeing them. Feedback is always welcomed. Right, enough hard sell. That's it for this week. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.